Picture this. You're reading your favorite comic every week. It's one of the best. A manga about intrigue, drama, action, puzzles, and adventure. Adventure King! Today, however, something has changed. You're not quite sure why, but your favorite character Lucas has released some death flags in this chapter? He's not even the main character, but he's a badass villain who has so much character growth and learning left that he shouldn't. No, he can't die. If Fallen Knight Lucas dies, your joy and perspective of Adventure King will forever change. But alas, the author of the Adventure King did the unspeakable, the unthinkable. Fallen Knight Lucas's life is cut short, succumbing to his wounds before the beginning of the final arc of Adventure King. During this final arc, the author takes things too far and started ending notable fan-favorite characters. And guys, can we all agree on the fact that story writers are the literal god of their world and can make any choice because we as readers can leave reviews, but we have no ability to stop the creation nor the destruction of someone else's vision? Anyone can put on paper that suddenly UFOs drop from the sky, crushing everyone and replacing them, or the idea of time travel, regression, a new foe even. How about we delete a character, resurrect him in one way or another, then re-execute the poor soul again for the fact that this resurrection made them a monster, just to prove a point? I'm looking at you, Shiki. Though, it's bad writing if done incorrectly, and some might not read it after something goes missing, like a favorite character, or a few more victims just for fun and emotion. All in the name of story. One thing you should never do is bet on the god of your favorite story. They have scenarios in their head. They pick this branching plot to advance the story, even at the cost of their fans' emotions. This frustrates one of the readers, Hiro Lee. Hiro wasn't just a fan of Lucas the Fallen Knight. He was, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, he was a stalker fan for Lucas the bad boy. Probably one of those people who looks up fanfics and quite possibly Rule 34 of Lucas? Maybe. Either way, the prideful hero finishes the final volume in emptiness and disgust. Kind of like when one of my favorite characters in Naruto gets hit by a stray shrapnel to the gut. Not even a villain's weapon. A crossfire of shrapnel. Hiro reads the author's final note wondering if anything in Adventure King was worth something, or if anything he can make sense from reading the author's final note. On the page and below the picture of a man wearing spectacles and a cap depicting the author reads author's note. In quote, characters are, by default, disposable. Once they make their appearance, their survival solely depends on them. And in bold print like a PS, the author states, if they do not make an effort, their lives end there. End quote. Hiro can't believe what he just read. What? He's the one who draws them. What does he mean, their lives? They would be alive if the author kept drawing them. Their survival solely depends on their effort. That's ridiculous. Characters don't have a life of their own. The only life that's known is what's drawn on the page or used as flashbacks. Even more frustrated with the author's beliefs in why characters disappear in Adventure King. He researches for the author's social media accounts for answers. If you can picture this, then you realize what a somewhat edgy keyboard warrior, a grudge, and a phone have in common. Bad ideas. What do you mean characters themselves have to make an effort? Hiro angrily texts the author. I've been wanting to drop the series ever since you've killed off Fallen Knight Lucas to make the main character look cool. If you ever see someone selling a full set of Adventure King volumes online, I want you to know that that's me. Our courageous young keyboard warrior hero does feel some remorse for his actions, but he convinces himself that he could have made it more mean and commends himself that he didn't joke about giving the author a lawsuit for deceiving readers. And hey, it's not like he's ever going to read one of these measly texts anyways. Oh well, now that I've taken out my anger online semi-anonymously like a normal human being, not really, let's re-binge all the chapters that include Lucas in them. Ding! Suddenly a notification comes from Hiro's phone. The author actually responded to Hiro's complaint. I did not lie. Ding! All characters must fight to survive. Ding! The fallen knight simply neglected to do so. Ding! Now then. Ding! Would you like to give it a shot? Suddenly, the sounds of the world around Hiro warped around him. Hiro realizes his body got bigger. His biceps are as brawny as an elephant now. His lower body is slender as an ant. Eyes that bulged out like a catfish. A lantern jaw so big it reaches his chest. And a skull so angular it was basically a rectangle. Hiro now possesses the body of villain number 3, a nobody thug who's standing next to 3 other nobody thugs at the beginning of Chapter 1 of Adventure King. Hiro knows this because he read in Chapter 1, our fearless main character of Adventure King, Leo, enters the comic and challenges a few thugs to a fistfight. Starting with Iron Arm Denny, Leo knocks Denny out in one punch. The other 2 thugs next to Villain 3 bluff that they're stronger than Iron Arm Denny. But Leo wants more of a challenge. He scouts Villain 3 from behind the 2 scared, shiftless thugs and challenges Villain 3. Hiro inside of Villain 3 is scared and frustrated. Is the author entrapping me to get back for saying I was going to drop the series? Villain 3 cries in frustration. Ding! A digital message appears in front of Villain 3 with a mission. Get your share of the spotlight and survive to the end of the story. Villain 3's body is somewhat strong, and there is a 0% chance that Villain 3 will reappear in Adventure King in the next chapters. Hiro is screwed from the beginning. He's not even a side character with a chance. He's a nobody amongst nobodies, which makes him fume with rage even more. As Villain 3 throws a silent mini temper tantrum, one of the nobody thugs points to Leo and tells Villain number 3, That's the little kid I was talking about. Teach him a lesson. Yeah, teach him, says another thug. One thug yells to Leo, Villain 3 here's our boss's little brother from the city. Not some backwoods town like Initialis where Leo grew up. The city? Leo asks intrigued. Does that mean I'll find strong people if I go there? Villain 3 steps forward, cracking his knuckles and smiling with such an evil grin towards Leo. Villain 3 happily says, Hey, kiddo, you want to pass through here, huh? Leo responds, What's this? Are you the one who's going to challenge me this time? Leo prepares a fighting stance, but Villain 3 didn't come here to fight. He came bearing the gift of knowledge. Knowledge so powerful it could change the course of Adventure King's story. So much knowledge that the author smites his body, making him unable to move for 10 seconds as a penalty for attempting to be an oracle and spoil the story. Now under an alteration penalty, the immovable Villain 3 is now trapped, forced to take whatever knuckle sandwich Leo wants to provide for free. The first one's on the house, and it looks like it comes with a side of killing intent, as Leo innocently lunges with a punch and stops inches away from Villain 3's face. The other thugs use this as an ambush to corner Leo, but it fails and just shows how powerful Leo actually is to the audience, just like in the original comic. Villain 3 smiles and tells Leo, You're one lucky kid. I can't teach you a lesson because my stomach happens to hurt. I don't fight unless I'm at my full power. Yeah, Leo asks, but your legs are trembling. Are you saying I'm just imagining things? Villain 3's trying to make an excuse, saying, It means that you're no more important than my bathroom break. So get out of here and find everything you desire. So you're not going to fight me? Be thankful. It means I'm just going to let you go past me. All right, I like you. You're a nice guy. I'll see you later. Leo walks past Villain 3 as a manga end page shows Villain 3 shining with honor, letting Leo go to the next chapter. A to be continued for the manga, but this is not stay tuned for Villain 3, or Hiro in this case. Villain 3 closes his eyes and basks in the sunlight, saying, Just you wait, kiddo. I won't go easy on you next time. Ding! Chapter 1, Prelude to Adventure, has concluded. Ding! Your character's final evaluation has been evaluated by the writer. Final evaluation? Ding! Villain 3 is somewhat strong and has bravado. Reputation score is 1. The chance of reappearance, 0% still. Villain 3 watches as the fate of Villain 3's regarding character deletion is determined by chance, a roll of the dice, and the whim of the author. Villain 3 is a candidate for deletion deferment. This deferral period is granted until Chapter 3. This means that Hero must increase his reputation score and increase his chance of reappearance before Chapter 3 ends. Otherwise, Villain 3 and Hero, the soul possessing Villain 3, will be deleted, just like these nobody thugs that are being deleted in front of Hero. Hero realizes the author's words are more clearly now. All characters must fight to survive. The only way for Hero to leave is to survive until the finale of Adventure King. Stay tuned, everyone!